Welcome to the podcast. Today, we're taking a pause from plot twists and classic scenes to honor the real-life stars we've lost in 2024 and 2025. From beloved soap legends to singers, directors, and even a famous skater, this is a reflection on the people who left a mark on screens big and small. Let's dive in.
You know that feeling when you're trying to keep up with everything happening, and it feels like, you're always just a little bit behind.
Yeah, totally.
Well, that's what we're here to help with. Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take a curated set of sources, and we basically pull out the knowledge you need to get informed quickly and efficiently.
And today we're turning our attention to the entertainment world, remembering some of the notable figures we've recently lost. We've drawn from Entertainment Weekly's ongoing look at celebrity deaths in 2025.
Right.
And also a kind of more focused view from SheKnows.com on obituaries of soap opera stars from the last quarter of 2024.
Exactly. Our goal today is, well, to give you a comprehensive but still digestible overview of some of the stars from across entertainment who've passed away. We want to highlight, their contributions and the impact their loss has on the cultural landscape.
And what's interesting, I think, about looking at these two sources together is just the breadth of the entertainment world they represent. Entertainment Weekly gives us that wide lens.
Yeah, the big picture.
Yeah, various fields, yeah. While She Knows provides a closer look at the specific world of soap operas, so together they offer a really, an interesting perspective on the diverse talent that shapes our entertainment.
Okay, let's dig in then. Starting with some of the more recent departures that Entertainment Weekly highlighted in May. First up is George Wendt. Sadly lost on May 20th, age 76. I mean, his face is instantly recognizable to so many.
Oh, absolutely. George Wendt is, of course, forever etched in our minds as Norm Peterson from Cheers, all 11 seasons.
11 seasons.
Yeah, that's 275 episodes. It's hard to picture that bar without him, on his stool.
It really is. And it wasn't just like the length of time he was in the role. He absolutely was that character. 6 Emmy nominations in a row, consecutive between 84 and 89.
Yeah.
That says something. But his comedy foundation, that goes back even further, right? To Second City in Chicago.
Legendary place. Yeah, a real breeding ground for comedic giants.
Totally. And here's what's fascinating. Even after Cheers ended, Norm was so, iconic that Wendt reprised the character or even kind of made fun of him on shows like Wings. St. Elsewhere.
The Simpsons, too.
Yeah, The Simpsons. Plus, a little bit of trivia for you. He was Jason Sudeikis' uncle.
Ah, didn't know that. That connection to Second City is definitely key, though. It speaks to, a lineage of comedic talent. And what made Norm so enduring, I think, wasn't just the laughs, but that relatability. The everyman finding solace in his routine.
Right, a bit of escapism.
Exactly. It's kind of a commentary on our own desires for comfort, maybe. And the fact that the character resonated so deeply that he could pop up in all these other contexts, that really highlights the impact of the role and Wendt's performance.
Then, just the day before, May 19th, we said goodbye to Ben Rathbun. He was 55. Many of you might remember him from 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days.
Oh, yeah. Season 5 with Mahogany Roca. That season definitely got people talking.
It did.
And it's worth noting, their relationship continued after the show. Their marriage was revealed on 90 Day Diaries just this February, actually.
Right. And beyond the reality TV stuff, he was also a father to 4 children. Also in May, on the 17th, we lost LaTonya Ponton. She was just 40 years old. She shared her personal journey on My 600-Pound Life back in 2023.
Yeah, her episode was a very personal look at her trying to lose weight for surgery. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to share something that vulnerable so publicly.
For sure.
And the fact that a GoFundMe was later set up for her because of health complications, it just underscores the ongoing struggles she faced. The preliminary cause of death, listed as acute on chronic congestive heart failure, really points to how serious things were.
Yeah, very sad. Moving back a bit in May to the 11th, we note the passing of the British actor Michael McStay. He was 92, had a really long and varied career.
He really did. He got famous early on as Sergeant Perriman in No Hiding Place. That was a big role, over 80 episodes. But for, sci-fi fans, what's interesting is his little 2-episode stint in Doctor Who way back in 76.
Oh, really?
Yeah, played Derek Moberly. And even though it was brief, he was apparently fondly remembered by the Doctor Who fandom, which, really speaks to the connection that show builds.
That's cool.
And he kept working pretty late in life, too. His final role was in Coronation Street.
May 11th was a particularly tough day, it seems. We also lost Terrence Brunk, much better known to wrestling fans as Sabu. He was 60.
Sabu, yeah, a true original in wrestling, learned from his uncle, the Sheik, who was also a legend, but Sabu really made his mark in ECW.
Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Exactly. Back in the 90s, ECW was sort of the counterculture to the big promotions. Raw, unpredictable.
Push boundaries.
Totally push boundaries. And Sabu's style was known for being incredibly high-flying, but also...
Ultra-violent, right? That ECW style.
Exactly. Ultra-violent matches, chairs, tables, barbed wire. The works. But he wasn't just spectacle. He was a two-time ECW champion, held other titles too.
He wrestled everywhere, didn't he?
Yeah.
Japan, WCW, TNA.
Yeah, and JPW, WCW, TNA, even a brief WWE run, including WrestleMania 23. And the fact that he had a WrestleMania retirement match just weeks before he died.
Wow. Wow, really poignant.
And for longtime fans, those feuds with Rob Van Dam and Taz... legendary stuff.
Okay, staying on May 11th, this one's a bit surprising. We also lost Morris, the alligator.
Morris the alligator.
Apparently, he had quite an acting career.
This is fascinating. Morris wasn't just any alligator. He had a filmography. That scene wrestling Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore is probably the most famous.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But he was also in an interview with the vampire, Dr. Dolittle 2, Blues Brothers 2000.
No way.
Yeah. He retired to the Colorado Gator Farm back in 2006. Lived a good long life for a gator, apparently 80 to 100 years old. Adam Sandler even paid tribute.
That's amazing. An alligator with an acting career.
You love to see it.
And yet another notable loss on May 11th was Robert Benton, the filmmaker. He was 92. Very influential.
Hugely influential. Co-writing Bonnie and Clyde. What a start. But his directing on Kramer versus Kramer is so significant.
Oscar winner.
Best Director Oscar, yeah. And it's widely credited with launching Meryl Streep's, mainstream fame.
Right. Big moment for her.
He also won screenplay Oscars for Kramer and Places in the Heart. So talented as a writer, too. His films covered a lot of ground. Still of the Night, Nobody's Fool, The Human Stain.
And he started in musicals.
Yeah.
Wrote the book for the Superman musical.
Yeah. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. Quite the varied career.
Okay, closing out the May highlights from Entertainment Weekly is director James Foley. Passed away the week of May 8th at 71. Directed some really impactful stuff.
Yeah, James Foley had a really interesting career. Glengarry Glen Ross, critically acclaimed, got Pacino an Oscar nomination.
Great film.
But then also mainstream things like Fear and the 50 Shades of Grey sequels.
Quite a range.
Right. And what's fascinating is his early work directing Madonna's iconic music videos. Live to Tell, Papa Don't Preach, True Blue.
Wow, I didn't connect him with those.
Yeah. And he did TV, too. Twin Peaks, Hannibal, House of Cards, some groundbreaking shows. Al Pacino's tribute to him was apparently very heartfelt.
And just a sad note to end the May section, Milana Brandão, a Brazilian child actress from Netflix's Sintonia, passed away May 2nd. She was only 11.
Oh, that's just heartbreaking. Always tough hearing about someone so young. The reported cause, dengue fever and cardiac arrests. It just highlights the fragility of life. Her parents called her the light in our lives. Just awful.
Truly awful. Okay, so that covers some of the recent losses from May. Now let's broaden out a bit, look back at some other notable figures we lost earlier this year and late last year, pulling from both Entertainment Weekly and that soap opera source she knows. Kicking us off is Charlie Scalise, died May 1st, age 84. Had some very memorable roles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For a lot of people, he's Horseface from The Wire. Great character.
Such a great show.
But he also had that memorable bit as Tony Soprano's high school football coach in The Sopranos. His path to acting was interesting, too. Took a break to raise his family, then came back to the stage in the early 90s. He did films later like 12, Monkeys, Jersey Girl, lots of TV. Very versatile character actor.
Also passing on May 1st, at 88, was the comedy legend Ruth Buzzy. I mean, the image of her as Gladys Ormsby.
Instantly recognizable, wielding that purse on Laugh-In.
Laugh-In, exactly.
She was a true pioneer in sketch comedy, the only cast member in all 6 seasons of that show, which was totally groundbreaking. Won a Golden Globe, got Emmy nominations for it.
She was everywhere back then, wasn't she?
Totally. Variety shows, sitcoms, even Sesame Street. And she did stage work, too. Broadway, Sweet Charity.
May 1st was a really tough day. We also lost the singer-songwriter Jill Sobule at 66. She had a very unique voice.
Yeah, Jill Sobule was really unique, known for I Kissed a Girl, which was pretty groundbreaking then.
Way before the Katy Perry song.
Oh, yeah. And Supermodel from the Clueless soundtrack. The circumstances of her death, though, in a house fire. Just tragic. Especially so close to performing songs from her musical. A very diverse career.
Moving into April now, Priscilla Pointer passed away April 28th. She was 100 years old.
100. Incredible. She had a long, distinguished career. Started on stage, co-founded the San Francisco Actors Workshop. Her big break was later, Where the Heart Is, but film fans might remember her from her debut alongside her daughter, Amy Irving, in Carrie.
Oh, right. She played the mom in that. No, wait.
No, not the mom, but she was in it. She was also in Blue Velvet, ER, some acclaimed stuff, and yeah, Amy Irving is her daughter.
Gotcha. Okay, April 23rd, we said goodbye to Lulu Roman, age 78, a very familiar face from Hee Haw.
Lulu Roman, yeah. Her story's fascinating. Started as a go-go dancer in Texas, then found fame on Hee Haw.
Such a presence on that show.
Definitely. And she was open about her struggles, with drug use. Her later Christian rebirth led her back to Hee Haw, but also to gospel singing. She won a Dove Award, got into the Country Gospel Music Hall of Fame.
Wow. Quite a journey.
Yeah, she even wrote a memoir about it all.
April 21st, Will Hutchins passed away at 94. Best known as the star of the old Western, Sugarfoot.
Will Hutchins, yeah, classic Warner Bros. Contract player, golden age of TV Westerns. Sugarfoot was his big thing. And interestingly, he also played his own evil cousin on the show.
Oh, really? Showcasing the range.
Exactly. And he got to work with Elvis in a couple of movies.
Nice bit of history.
Then later took a really unexpected turn, left Hollywood to work in the circus.
Wow. Okay. Also on April 21st at 88, the world mourned Pope Francis. Now, obviously not an entertainer in the usual sense, but his cultural impact was huge, and EW included him. It kind of shows how intertwined things can be.
That's a really valid point. His papacy was definitely groundbreaking, first Latin American pope. His stances on things like climate change, LGBTQ plus acceptance often put him in the global spotlight.
Yeah, very visible.
And his connections with Hollywood figures, even that cameo in Beyond the Sun, they highlight his reach beyond just the religious sphere. Lots of documentaries about him, too. Speaks to the public interest.
On April 15th at 82, we lost Patrick Edyard. He was in some real classics, stage and screen.
Patrick Edyard, yeah. He started on stage in the original The King and I, then did the movie, too, as Prince Chulalongkorn.
Iconic role.
And Flower Drum Song, both stage and film. But for many, maybe he's best remembered as Ho-Jon in MA.
Oh, right. Ho-Jon.
Yeah, recurring role. And Brady Bunch fans might remember him from the Hawaii episodes.
Huh, okay. Former child actor Sophie Newide passed away April 14th. She was only 24.
So young. Yeah, she started really young, had a notable role in Bella, did other films like Mammoth, even Darren Aronofsky's Noah. Her last screen appearance was apparently in 2015 on What Would You Do, a career that started so promisingly.
April 11th brought sad news about Nathaniel Pelletier. He was 53. Worked on that Hallmark show, When Calls the Heart.
Yeah, Nathaniel Pelletier was involved both on screen and behind the scenes there. Appeared in a few episodes, but also worked in the transportation department. The tributes from colleagues sounded really heartfelt. Seemed like he made a real impact on that show's community.
Also around April 13th, Jean Marsh passed away. Entertainment Weekly's source wasn't clear on her age, but our other source, SheKnows.com, mentions she died that day from dementia complications. Yeah. Best known for Upstairs, Downstairs, right?
Oh, absolutely. Jean Marsh's contribution with Upstairs, Downstairs is huge. She co-created it and starred as Rose, the head parlor maid. Won an Emmy for it.
Kind of a forerunner to Down Abbey.
Totally. A real blueprint. She kept working after that, guest spots on lots of shows. Her last appearance was in the Willow series on Disney Plusto.
Canadian filmmaker Ted Kotcheff died April 10th, age 94. Really impressive, diverse filmography.
Ted Kotcheff, yeah, impressive career. Directed First Blood.
Rambo.
Introduced Rambo, yeah. And the comedy classic Weekend at Bernie's.
Hilarious.
Started in Canadian and UK TV and theater. Directed that acclaimed Australian new wave film Wake in Fright. And he was an executive producer on Law & Order SVU for a long time, too.
Wow, didn't know that connection. Character actor Nicky Katt passed away around April 8th. He was 54. Known for some really memorable, often kind of intense roles.
Nicky Katt, yeah, he made a real impact. Maybe most notably as the bully, Clint Bruno, in Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah. Great character in a classic film.
Totally. He was also prominent in the TV show Boston Public and the movie Boiler Room. He actually started acting really young. Long career.
On April 7th at 73, the musical theater world lost William Finn. A true visionary. Created some really groundbreaking work.
William Finn's contributions were profound. Falsettos, dealing with the AIDS epidemic in such a moving, groundbreaking way. Won 2 Tonys for that.
Incredible show.
And then the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is just massively popular, produced everywhere. His partner mentioned he passed from pulmonary fibrosis.
Okay, here's an interesting point where the Entertainment Weekly source seems to have made a mistake. They listed Clem Burke, the drummer for Blondie,
Her legendary drummer,
as having passed away April 6th. But other reliable sources, including Blondie themselves, make it clear he's still with us.
Right. That seems to be a factual error in that specific report from EW. It's a good reminder, always good to cross-reference when you can.
Definitely.
It's crucial to note these discrepancies. While EW is generally reliable, errors happen. Blondie's own tributes to Clem Burke's ongoing contributions confirm he's alive and well. So we should acknowledge this error, but focus on the accurate reports.
Right. Okay, moving on from that clarification. Also on April 6th, at 73, we lost Jay North. He will forever be Dennis the Menace to so many people.
Oh, Jay North. Became a household name so young, starring in that classic CBS sitcom Dennis the Menace. He really captured that, mischievous but good-hearted kid from the comics.
Totally.
Had a busy TV career when he was young, but later stepped away from the industry. His friend's Facebook post about his passing mentioned his long battle with cancer. Sounded very heartfelt.
Dave Allen, the bassist and a founder of the post-punk band Gang of Four, passed away April 5th, age 69. They had such a unique, influential sound.
Dave Allen was definitely key in that post-punk movement. Gang of Four, their sound was so distinctive, politically charged lyrics. Their impact is still felt today. You hear it in contemporary artists.
Sure.
His struggle with early onset dementia later in life is, a sad reminder. And the band was planning a farewell tour he'd hoped to be part of. Shows those bonds.
Folk singer-songwriter Michael Hurley died April 1st, age 83. Deeply respected, unique voice in the folk scene.
Michael Hurley, a true independent spirit, known for his unique voice and songwriting. The fact that he inspired artists like Cat Power and Lucinda Williams really speaks to his influence. I love his quote about just boofing off and trying to get away with it.
Captures that spirit. Yeah. March 31st saw the passing of two actresses with pretty different careers. Brandon Barber Artis at 81 and Patty Maloney at 89.
Brandon Barber Artis had a varied career, film and TV, THX 1138, but also shows like Man from Atlantis, Dynasty, General Hospital, and she served in the Air Force and wrote too.
Wow.
Patty Maloney, on the other hand, beloved in family entertainment, the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Infamous.
Yes. Little House on the Prairie, Sid and Marty Krofft shows. And she started in the circus. Quite a life.
Richard Norton, the Australian actor, martial artist, stunt coordinator, died March 30th, 75. Incredible career, trained so many famous actors.
Richard Norton was a powerhouse in action cinema, starred in stuff like Walker, Texas Ranger, but was also this highly sought-after stunt coordinator, trained tons of A-listers. His work on the Mad Max films, both acting and stunts, is really notable. Started martial arts young, really shaped his path.
A major figure in TV history, Richard Chamberlain, passed away March 29th, age 90. A true icon.
Richard Chamberlain, absolutely an icon. Famous early on as Dr. Kildare became a heartthrob, but then he found even bigger success in miniseries Centennial, Shogun, The Thornbirds.
The king of the miniseries.
That was the title, yeah. And he had a notable film career, too. Really versatile. His passing feels like the end of an era for television.
The hip-hop world mourned young Scooter on March 28th. He was 39. Significant voice in the Atlanta rap scene.
Young Scooter, significant figure in Atlanta trap music. Known for collaborating with Gucci Mane, Future. His mixtape, Finessin' and Flexin' really put him on the map, and Jet Lag with Future and Juice WRLD was his biggest track commercially. Prolific artist.
Tony-nominated actor Dennis Arndt died March 25th, 86. Long, respected career, theater and TV. Familiar face.
Dennis Arndt, highly respected. You'd see him in a lot of David E. Kelley's shows. Appeared in numerous acclaimed series. His Tony nomination for Heisenberg showed his stage talent. And it's important to remember his service, too. Vietnam vet, helicopter pilot, Purple Heart recipient.
Wow. Larry Tamblyn, founding member and lead singer of the garage rock band The Standells, passed away March 21st, 82.
Larry Tamblyn, key figure in that 60s garage rock scene, lead singer of the Standells, voice behind their huge hit Dirty Water.
Which is basically the Boston Red Sox anthem now, right?
Totally. It's become such an anthem. The band reunited decades later, too, shows the lasting appeal of that music.
Westerns lost another familiar face with Jack Lilly passing March 19th, age 91. Actor, stuntman, wrangler, a real workhorse.
Jack Lilly, yeah, a true behind-the-scenes workhorse in Westerns. Could act, coordinate stunts, wrangle horses. Invaluable for shows like Little House, Bonanza, even comedies like Blazing Saddles. Helped bring those stories to life.
International cinema lost Emily Dequesne on March 16th. She was just 43. Belgian actress, achieved stardom early.
Emily Dequesne, yeah, that was very young. She burst onto the scene with her award-winning role in Rosetta, built an impressive filmography with acclaimed European directors. Passing so young after battling cancer is a real loss.
Also on March 16th at 83, Jesse Colin Young passed away. One of the voices behind the Youngbloods' massive hit, Get Together. That song was an anthem.
Jesse Colin Young, huge voice in the 60s counterculture, Get Together became this anthem of unity and peace. Those lyrics still resonate.
Come on, people, now smile on your brother.
Exactly. Still used in soundtracks all the time, shows its enduring message. He had a successful solo career, too, after the band split.
Veteran character actor Bruce Glover, maybe best known as Mr. Wint in the Bond film Diamonds Are Forever, died March 12, 92.
Bruce Glover, long career, over 100 screen credits. That role as the creepy assassin Mr. Wint in the Bond film is definitely what most people know him for.
He was great in that, so memorable.
Yeah. Also appeared in Chinatown. And his son is actor Crispin Glover, which is an interesting connection.
Ah, right. March 10th brought news of Stedman Pearson's passing. He was 60. Singer, dancer, costume designer for the UK pop group Five Star.
Stedman Pearson, yeah, integral part of Five Star. They were really successful in the UK in the 80s. Chart success, won a Brit Award. And Stedman wasn't just performing, he helped shape their look with the costumes, too.
Simon Fisher-Becker, known for roles in Harry Potter and Doctor Who, died March 9th, 63. Familiar face in British genre stuff.
Simon Fisher-Becker, yeah. The Fat Friar in the first Harry Potter and Dorian Maldovar in Doctor Who made him recognizable, especially to fans of those huge franchises. He was also in the Les Mis movie.
Dwayne Wiggins, co-founder of the R&B group Tony, passed away March 7th, 64. They had some massive hits in the 90s.
Dwayne Wiggins, yeah, driving force behind Tony. So many great R&B hits in the 90s. His guitar playing, his vocals were key to their sound. He stayed active in music after they split, worked with other artists. And that reunion tour in 2023 showed people still loved their music.
Brian James, songwriter and founding guitarist of the punk band The Damned, died March 6th, 70.
Brian James, pivotal figure in early punk, songwriter and guitarist for The Damned, wrote their massive single New Rose, which is like a landmark punk track.
Foundational.
Totally. He stayed creative too, formed the Lords of the New Church, collaborated with lots of other musicians.
DJ Funk, influential in Chicago house music, creator of the ghetto house sound, passed away March 5th, 54.
DJ Funk, yeah, a pioneer of that ghetto house sound. His music had a huge impact on dance floors, not just in Chicago, but beyond. His album Booty House Anthems was a big hit. Kept releasing music, ran his own label, shaped a sound.
Acclaimed vibraphonist, producer, composer Roy Ayers, often called the godfather of neo-soul, died March 4th, 84. His music had such a lasting impact.
Roy Ayers was a true legend. Beyond just catchy tunes, he was a pioneer, blending jazz, funk, soul, basically laying the groundwork for neo-soul.
Such sophisticated grooves.
Absolutely. Sophisticated harmonies, groove-centric approach, influenced generations. And his compositions, like Everybody Loves the Sunshine, instantly recognizable, sampled countless times, shows that lasting influence.
Voice actor George Lowe, the iconic voice of Space Ghost on Space Ghost Coast to Coast, died March 2nd, 67.
George Lowe's voice work as Space Ghost was just so unique. Defined that cult classic show. That deadpan delivery was incredibly memorable, really set the tone. He voiced Space Ghost in lots of different versions and spin-offs, solidified his place in animation history.
Joey Molland, the last surviving member of the rock band Badfinger, passed away March 1st, 77. Signed by Apple Records, had some truly timeless hits.
Joey Molland, key member of Badfinger, signed by the Beatles label, produced hits like No Matter What, Without You, which became huge for Nilsson and later Mariah Carey.
Right, Day After Day, Baby Blue.
Timeless songs. Their music had a lasting impact. And Molland got to work with George Harrison and John Lennon, too, part of rock history.
Also on March 1st at 63, R&B and soul singer Angie Stone passed away. Powerful voice, successful career.
Angie Stone, yeah, powerful voice. Hits like Wish I Didn't Miss You. Started way back with the hip-hop group The Sequence, and she acted too. Versatile artist.
David Johansen, the larger-than-life frontman of the New York Dolls, died February 28th, 75. True rock icon, memorable persona.
David Johansen, total rock and roll icon. As the frontman of the New York Dolls, he helped revolutionize punk and rock. Raw energy, rebellious style.
So flamboyant.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then he had that successful solo career as the suave Buster Poindexter.
Hot, hot, hot.
Exactly. And he acted too. Multifaceted talent, enduring persona.
Jan Schwiederman, who played the owner of Mondo Burger in Good Burger, passed away February 28th, 52.
Jan Schwiederman, yeah, fans of Good Burger will remember him. The comically villainous owner of Mondo Burger. He popped up in other TV shows and films too.
A true legend of the screen, two-time Oscar winner Gene Hackman passed away February 26, 95. Incredible body of work.
Gene Hackman, undoubtedly one of the greats. 2 Oscars, amazing filmography, The French Connection, Unforgiven, so many classics. His passing is a huge loss for cinema. His performances will be studied and admired for years.
Beloved R&B singer Roberta Flack died February 24th, 88. Left behind such beautiful, timeless music.
Roberta Flack's voice was just iconic. The first time ever I saw your face, killing me softly with his song. Timeless classics, soundtrack to so many lives. Her Grammys, her influence across genres, undeniable.
Also on February 24th, singer Robert John passed away at 79. Best known for his Grammy-nominated hit Sad Eyes.
Robert John, yeah, successful career over several decades. Sad Eyes was his big one, got him a Grammy nomination. Had other chart hits earlier, too.
Fashion designer Shabby Lewis, who competed on Project Runway, died February 24th, 38.
Shabby Lewis, talented designer, made an impression on Project Runway. His passing is a loss to fashion. The tributes from fellow designers showed the impact he had.
Chris Jasper, gifted soul artist, key member of the Isley Brothers, passed away February 23rd, 73.
Chris Jasper played a vital role in the Isley Brothers' evolution into that self-contained funk and soul powerhouse. He was also the voice behind Caravan of Love with Isley Jasper Isley. Had a solo career too. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer with the Isleys. Significant contributions.
Character actress Lynn Marie Stewart, known and loved by many as Miss Yvonne in Pee-wee's Playhouse and Charlie's mom in It's Always Sunny, died February 21st, 78.
Lynn Marie Stewart was just brilliant. Hilarious collaborations with Paul Rubens in the Pee-wee world, and her recurring role on Always Sunny. She brought such a unique, quirky humor. Came from the Groundlings, too. Speaks to her improv talent.
Also on February 21st, Valletta Wallace, the mother of the notorious B.I.G., passed away.
Valletta Wallace, yeah. She was such a strong advocate for her son's legacy after his death. Tireless efforts to preserve his memory, seek justice. Played a key role in keeping his story and music alive.
Soul singer-songwriter Jerry Butler, the Iceman, died February 20th, 85. Remarkable musical legacy. Foundational figure.
Jerry Butler, truly foundational in soul music. Started as lead singer of The Impressions, hugely influential group. Then a successful solo career, timeless hits. Smooth vocals, great songwriter, left an indelible mark. And his later career in politics, Cook County Commissioner, shows another side of him.
Prolific character actor Peter Jason passed away February 20th, 80. Incredible number of credits. You've almost definitely seen him in something.
Peter Jason was a true working actor. Career spanned nearly 6 decades, like 260 credits. Known for Deadwood, and he worked a lot with the directors Walter Hill and John Carpenter. Appeared in many of their iconic films.
Award-winning Malian writer-director Souleymane Cissé died February 19th, 84. Pioneering figure in African cinema.
Souleymane Cissé, yeah. Groundbreaking filmmaker. His film Yulin was a landmark achievement, got international recognition, paved the way for other African filmmakers, dedicated to telling authentic African stories. Huge impact.
Rick Buckler, drummer for the British rock band The Jam, died February 17th, 69. Defining band of the late 70s, early 80s UK.
Rick Buckler was the driving rhythm behind The Jam. Hugely important British band. Big chart success in the UK. Sharp, socially conscious lyrics. Solidified their place. Buckler's energetic drumming was key to their sound.
Legendary Mexican singer Paquita La Del Barrio passed away February 17th. True icon of ranchera music. Powerful voice for women.
Paquita Del Barrio, absolute icon in Mexican music, renowned for her powerful voice and kind of a feminist icon through her defiant, empowering songs. Her accolades, nominations from major Latin music awards show her massive popularity and influence.
Actress Alice Hirson, known for soaps and playing Ellen DeGeneres' mom on Ellen, died February 14th, 95.
Alice Hirson had a long career. Daytime dramas, but also that memorable role on the groundbreaking sitcom Ellen. Brought warmth and humor as Ellen's mom. Appeared in films, too.
Comedic character actor Biff Whiff, known for those hilariously quirky roles in I Think You Should Leave and Everything Everywhere All at Once, died February 14th.
Biff Whiff, beloved comedic actor, brought such a unique, often surreal energy. especially in recent cult hits like I Think You Should Leave and the Oscar-winning Everything Everywhere. He did extensive TV work, too, often in small but super memorable parts.
Peter Navy-Tuiasosopo, actor with roles in lots of TV shows and films, died February 10, 61. Familiar face.
Peter Navy-Tuiasosopo had a prolific career. Appeared in a wide range of TV series, sitcoms, dramas, lots of films. Consistent work over decades shows his dedication and versatility.
Character actor Tony Roberts, best known as Woody Allen's friend in Annie Hall, died February 7th, 85.
Tony Roberts, yeah, familiar presence. His collaborations with Woody Allen are memorable, especially Annie Hall. Provided great comedic support, grounded realism, did a lot of Broadway work, too.
Irv Gotti, co-founder of Murder, Inc. Records, influential hip-hop producer who shaped the early 2000s sound, died February 5th, 54.
Irv Gotti was a major figure in hip-hop, launched careers of huge artists like Ja Rule, Ashanti through Murder, Inc. His production work defined a distinct sound, major impact on pop music in the early 2000s.
South Korean actress Lee Jo-sil, known internationally for Squid Game and Train to Busan, died February 2nd, 81.
Lee Jo-sil had a long, distinguished career in South Korea. Her recent roles in global hits like Squid Game and Train to Busan brought her talent to a worldwide audience, showcased her versatility and the growing reach of South Korean entertainment.
Grammy-nominated singer and actress Marianne Faithfull died January 30th, 78. Icon of the swinging 60s, distinctive voice, fascinating career.
Marianne Faithfull, captivating figure. Her early hit, As Tears Go By, defined an era. Despite personal struggles, her career had this significant, critically acclaimed resurgence later, showed her resilience, enduring artistic spirit.
Singer and musician Ryan White Maloney, finalist on The Voice, died January 28th, 44.
Ryan White Maloney made a strong impression on The Voice, showcased his talent, reached the top 5. His passing is a loss to the music community. His passion was really evident when he performed.
Rising stand-up comedian Ken Flores died far too young, January 28th, just 28. Tragic loss of a promising talent.
Ken Flores, yeah, promising young comedian making a name for himself, created the Latin XL comedy show, performed at renowned clubs, showed his talent, drive, commitment. So young.
DJ Unk, Atlanta hip-hop artist known for Walk It Out, died January 24th, 43. Significant figure in Southern hip-hop.
DJ Unk, yeah, significant figure in Atlanta hip-hop. Walk It Out was a huge hit, resonated nationally, helped define that era and sound in Southern hip-hop. Notable contributions.
Barry Michael Cooper, screenwriter behind the Harlem trilogy, including New Jack City, died January 21st, 66.
Barry Michael Cooper had a powerful impact with his screenwriting. That Harlem trilogy fearlessly explored important social issues within gripping crime thrillers. His background as an investigative reporter brought a unique authenticity.
Garth Hudson, the incredibly talented keyboardist and multi-instrumentalist for the band, died January 21st, 87. Last surviving original member of that hugely influential group.
Garth Hudson was a musical genius, key architect of the band's unique, deeply influential sound blending rock, folk, country, blues into what became Americana.
Master so many instruments.
Totally. Classical training, mastery of multiple instruments, essential to their arrangements. Their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction speaks to their profound impact.
Provocative French filmmaker Bertrand Blay, known for the Oscar-winning Get Out Your Handkerchiefs, died January 20th, 85. Significant figure, often boundary-pushing.
Bertrand Blay, yes, significant in French cinema, known for controversial, thought-provoking films that challenged conventions. His Oscar win brought international attention. Collaborations with Gerard Depardieu resulted in some memorable cinema.
Jewelry designer Lin Ban, who appeared on Bling Empire, New York, died January 20th, 52.
Lin Ban was a celebrated, innovative jewelry designer, unique, often bold creations worn by many celebrities. Her appearance on Bling Empire, New York brought her designs to a wider audience.
Guitarist John Sykes, known for work with Whitesnake and Thin Lizzy, died January 20th, 65. Powerful, melodic player.
John Sykes, highly respected guitarist in hard rock and metal. His contributions to bands like Whitesnake, co-writing their huge hit, Here I Go Again, and Thin Lizzy, plus his solo work, solidified his reputation. Gifted musician and songwriter.
Actress Jan Shepard, prolific in TV westerns during their golden age, also appeared with Elvis, died January 17th, 96.
Jan Shepard was a familiar face in those golden age TV westerns, appeared in numerous popular series, and getting to work with Elvis in a couple of films is a notable part of her long career.
Pulitzer Prize-winning cartoonist and author Jules Feiffer died January 17th, 95. A true legend, sharp wit, insightful commentary.
Jules Feiffer, hugely influential. His work in The Village Voice, his illustrations for The Phantom Toll Booth, iconic. influenced generations. His Pulitzer and Lifetime Achievement Award recognize his significant contributions.
Soap opera actor Francisco San Martin appeared on Days of Our Lives and The Bold and the Beautiful, died January 16, 39.
Francisco San Martin started in soaps, originated a role on Days, appeared in other TV shows and films too, start of what could have been a promising career.
Acclaimed filmmaker David Lynch, known for his surreal lynching style in Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, died January 15, 78. A true visionary.
David Lynch, visionary, iconoclastic, his unique, often dreamlike style had a profound, lasting impact on film and TV. His works are instantly recognizable, inspired countless artists. Major loss.
British actor and reality TV personality Paul Dano, known for his role as Saul in Hollyoaks, died January 15, 46.
Paul Dano was well known in the UK, especially for Hollyoaks. Became a popular character. Later appearances on reality TV kept him in the public eye. His work with his theater company for people in recovery was also a significant part of his life.
Director Gino Swark helmed films like Supergirl and Jaws 2, died January 14, 87. Long, varied career, film and TV.
Gino Swark had a successful, versatile career, directed feature films, some well-known titles across genres, and lots of TV over several decades, entertained a wide audience.
British actor and comedian Tony Slattery, known for his quick wit on Whose Line Is It? Anyway, died January 14, 65.
Tony Slattery, much-loved figure in British comedy. Known for that lightning-fast wit, exceptional improv on Whose Line, his background in comedy, work on stage and screen, showcased his versatility.
Grammy-winning soul singer Sam Moore, one half of Sam and Dave, gave us Soul Man, died January 10, 89. Giant of soul music.
Sam Moore's powerful voice was a defining sound of soul. As one half of Sam and Dave, behind some of the genre's most iconic hits like Soul Man, monumental contributions, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Grammy winner, rightfully so.
Bill Burge, best known as Ernest's neighbor Bobby in the Ernest films, died January 9th.
Bill Burge, yeah, familiar face to fans of the Ernest movies. His comedic partnership with Jim Varney created a memorable duo. He even reprised the character later after Varney passed, showed his connection to the role.
Peter Yarrow of the iconic folk trio Peter, Paul, and Mary died January 7th, 86. Pivotal force in the 60s folk revival. Their music touched so many.
Peter Yarrow, along with Paul Stuckey and Mary Travers, created some of the most beloved, socially conscious folk songs of the 60s. Peter, Paul, and Mary were crucial in popularizing folk music, addressing important issues through those powerful harmonies and meaningful lyrics.
Mike Rinder, former high-ranking Scientology executive who became a vocal critic and co-host of Scientology and the Aftermath, died January 5th, 69.
Mike Rinder's journey from high-ranking member to prominent critic made him a significant figure in discussions around Scientology. His work on Scientology and the Aftermath brought considerable attention to the experiences of former members.
Independent filmmaker Jeff Biena, known for quirky, darkly comedic films and collaborations with his wife Aubrey Plaza, died January 3rd, 47. Unique voice in indie cinema.
Jeff Biena was a distinctive voice in independent cinema. Darkly comedic films, often unconventional narratives, sharp dialogue. His collaborations with Aubrey Plaza were a hallmark of his work.
Soul singer-songwriter Brenton Wood, known for smooth vocals and 60s hits, died January 3rd, 83.
Brenton Wood created some truly classic soul songs. Still beloved today for those smooth vocals, catchy melodies, his 60s hits made him a memorable artist of that era.
And Wayne Osmond of the famed Osmond Brothers passed away January 1st, 73. Significant loss for that musical dynasty.
Wayne Osmond was integral to the Osmond Brothers' early success. His musical talents, perfect pitch, contributed to their pop stardom. Even after health issues led to his retirement, his legacy as part of that iconic musical family endures.
Okay, so beyond the broader entertainment world covered by Entertainment Weekly, our listener also gave us that focused look at soap operas from SheKnows.com. And, daytime dramas have their own dedicated stars, passionate fans. Let's turn to some figures from that world, starting with a huge loss from early 2024. Bill Hayes, iconic Doug Williams on Days of Our Lives since 1970, passed January 12, 2024. He was 98. His contribution is immense.
Bill Hayes, truly an icon of daytime, playing Doug Williams on Days for over 5 decades. That's extraordinary, almost unparalleled run on one show.
Incredible longevity.
And the fact that his on-screen love, Julie, was played by his real-life wife, Susan Seaforth Hayes, that added such a special, enduring layer to their characters' relationship. The tributes from other daytime stars, fans, it really speaks to the respect and affection he held.
Then, in May 2024, the soap world was hit by the tragic death of Johnny Wachter at just 37, known as Brendan Corbin on General Hospital.
Johnny Wacker's death was just a profound tragedy. The circumstances, reportedly acting to protect a coworker, particularly heartbreaking, speaks to his character.
Awful.
The arrests made, while, some measure of justice can't replace the loss. His on-screen wife, Sophia Matson, shared a really moving tribute, highlighting their bond on and off-screen, resonated deeply with fans.
June 2024 saw the passing of Yanis Page at the incredible age of 101.
Wow!
While she had a long career, many remember her as Minx Lockridge on Santa Barbara.
Reaching 101 is truly remarkable. Yanis Page lived a long, full life, successful career in film, TV, stage, but yeah, her portrayal of the witty, mischievous Minx Lockridge on Santa Barbara definitely left a lasting impression on daytime audiences.
Also in June, we lost Bill Cobbs, veteran actor, long career, including Marvin Mays on One Life to Live and Boyd Bloom on The Bay. He was 90. Renault White, William Reynolds on Guiding Light, passed at 80. And Doug Sheehan, Joe Kelly on General Hospital, also known from Knots Landing and the Clueless TV show, died at 75. All contributed significantly to daytime.
These were indeed familiar faces. Bill Cobbs was celebrated, vast body of work. His soap roles were part of that rich tapestry. Renault White's presence on the long-running Guiding Light was part of its history. Doug Sheehan on GH connected him with a dedicated audience, and his primetime success showed his versatility.
July 2024 brought the passing of General Hospital guest star and fitness icon Richard Simmons, 76, and a very familiar name, Shanna Doherty. Brenda Walsh on 90210, later Charmed, passed in July at 53 after a very public battle with breast cancer. Huge impact on a generation.
Richard Simmons was so vibrant, influential in fitness, infectious energy, message of self-acceptance. His guest spots on GH got that unique personality to soaps. Shannon Doherty's passing was particularly poignant, given her long, brave battle and those iconic roles. Her strength and openness resonated deeply.
In August 2024, media icon Phil Donahue passed at 88. He even appeared as a TV host on The Bold and the Beautiful. Also in August, daytime veteran Ron Hale died, known as Dr. Roger Coleridge on Ryan's Hope and Mike Corbin on General Hospital in Port Charles.
Phil Donahue was transformative in daytime talk TV. His appearance on B&B was a nod to his influence across the whole daytime landscape. Ron Hale was a familiar, reliable presence for soap fans. Long-running roles on Ryan's Hope, GH, Port Charles, creating memorable characters.
September 2024, more sad news for Days of Our Lives fans. Drake Hodgson passed away, beloved as the enigmatic John Black.
Drake Hodgson was a cornerstone of Days for so many years. John Black became this legendary, enduring figure, romantic pairings, dramatic storylines. The tributes from his co-star Deidre Hall really underscore the impact he had, the connection with fellow actors and the audience.
November 2024 saw Helen Gallagher pass at 98, remembered as the matriarch Maeve Ryan on Ryan's Hope. Also in November, Wayne Northrup, the first actor to play Roman Brady on Days of Our Lives, also appeared in Dynasty, Port Charles, passed at 77.
Helen Gallagher was truly beloved on Ryan's Hope, playing the central character Maeve for the show's entire run. Her passing marked an end of an era for fans of that cherished soap. Wayne Northrup holds a significant place in Days history as the original Roman Brady. Memorable initial portrayal. His wife Lynn Herring's statement about his battle with early-onset Alzheimer's adds a poignant note.
December 2024 brought more losses from the soap world. Tom Christopher, the villain as Carlo Hesser on One Life to Live, passed at 84. Jill Jacobson, Nurse Nancy on Days of Our Lives, died at 70. Michael Cole, also known from the Mod Squad, played Harlan Barrett on General Hospital, passed at 84. Jeffrey Dewell, Dave Campbell on Young and Restless, died at 81. And John Capitis, Carmine Cerullo on General Hospital, passed at 83.
These were all actors who contributed to that rich, ongoing world of daytime TV, creating characters viewers welcomed into their homes. Tom Christopher's Carlo Hesser on OLTL was particularly notable. Jill Jacobson on Days, Michael Cole's move to GH, Jeffrey Dewell on YNR, John Capitis on GH all left their marks on the genre.
And we should also acknowledge some influential behind-the-scenes figures. Bridget Dobson, co-creator of Santa Barbara, writer for others, passed January 2024, 85. Jed Allen, Joe Scanlon on Port Charles, died January 2024, 84. Sidney Miller, original cast on Knots Landing, died February 2024, 94. Malachi McCourt, Kevin McGinnis on Ryan's Hope, died March 2024, 92. Beth Peters, Agnes Whitaker on GH, died March 2024, 92. Ron Harper appeared on several soaps, died March 2024, 91. Meg Bennett, writer for GH, also played Julie on YNR, passed April 2024. Spencer Milligan, Ray Gibbons on GH, died April 2024, 86. Lynn Loring, Patty on Search for Tomorrow, passed December 2023, 80. Ann Weldon, Dr. Tracy Graham on Bright Promise, died May 2024, 92. David Coulson, executive producer for several soaps, died June 2024, 95. Marla Adams, Dina Abbott on YNR, past April 2024, 85. And Nicholas Pryor, Victor's dad on GH and Port Charles, announced past October 2024, 89. Their contributions were vital.
So important to remember those behind the scenes, too. Creators, writers, producers like Bridget Dobson, David Coulson, they built these worlds, crafted intricate storylines that captivate audiences for years. And as you mentioned, actors often move between different soaps, becoming familiar faces in that interconnected daytime world, contributes to its unique appeal.
Looking back at this incredible range of talent, iconic figures in film, music, beloved stars of daytime, even Morse the alligator's unexpected career, it's clear we've covered a vast landscape.
And what's fascinating is seeing the interconnectedness. Actors moving between soaps and primetime, musicians collaborating across genres, filmmakers leaving marks on both big-screen cinema and intimate TV. Really highlights the diverse paths, the shared creative spirit.
Absolutely. Remembering these individuals, their contributions, helps us appreciate the rich tapestry of entertainment that shaped our culture, given us countless hours of enjoyment, and continues to inspire.
And this raises, I think, a really important question for you, our listener. Which of these individuals' work has resonated most deeply with you or significantly impacted your own enjoyment of entertainment? And, how do you think we as an audience can best honor the legacies of those who shape our cultural landscape? Definitely something to consider as we continue to engage with the art they left behind.
Thanks for joining us in remembering these incredible lives. May they all rest in peace. If any of these names brought back memories, feel free to share them in the comments. And as always, we'll be back soon with more classic soaps, twists, and tributes. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode.